Good morning, Bulldogs, and thank you for joining us. Today's Thursday, September 4th. I'm Emma McNaughton.
And I am Margaret Williams.
And you are watching Bulldog News live from Semmes Middle. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated.
Next up, let's take a look at our weather forecast for the week. Emma, how is the weather looking?
Today we can expect sunny skies with a high of 91 degrees and a low of 71 degrees. Margaret, what's on the menu for lunch today?
For lunch today, we will be having meatball sandwiches with fries, apples, salad, and your choice of milk.
That sounds great.
Let's take a look at what's happening this week around the school in our office news.
Students, Kona Ice will be here next Tuesday, September 9th, during your PE period.
Sixth graders, the back-to-school dance will be held tomorrow, September 5th, after school in the gym. The cost is $10. Tickets will be sold during lunch this week. Also, there will be snacks sold at the dance. Chips and pickles will be $2. Mini sour straws will be $4 for $1. Skittles and chocolate candy will be $3, and drinks will be $2.
All 8th grade NJHS members, you have a meeting in the library immediately after the news today.
7th and 8th grade students, this year's homecoming dance will be held Friday, September 19th. Tickets are $20 each, and tickets will be sold during lunch waves that week. Concessions will be sold separately.
Girls must wear semi-formal dresses that are modest in length, no midriffs, no strapless dresses, and no two-pieces.
Boys must wear a shirt that has a collar and dress pants, no jeans or hats.
Students, badges were passed out during your homeroom. Please see the librarians if you have not received one.
The library is hosting their first bookmark drawing competition. The theme is spooky books. Design a bookmark with that theme and turn it into the library by September 19th. The winner will be announced the following week, and their bookmark will be available in the library for all to grab.
Students, don't forget the homecoming t-shirt order forms are due tomorrow during homeroom. Order forms and money can be turned into Miss Barnhill, room 603, Miss Lindsay in 703, or Miss Walker in 816.
Students, after school tutoring starts next Tuesday, please come to the library when car riders are called.
Students, progress reports will go home Monday. Please make sure all work is turned in by tomorrow.
Teachers, please read Miss Mosley's email about students voting on homecoming court and have them vote on 2 girls. The winners will be announced in 6th period today.
Students, you will be taking an IXL math quiz tomorrow during enrichment. Now let's switch gears and check out what's going on with our SMS sports. Margaret, get us up to date with sports.
Our cross-country runners ran this past Saturday in the banana relays. Leading the way for the boys was Landon McKintry and Quentin Nix. Leading the girls was Corley New, Braylon Harvey, and Caitlin Coggin. Also running well in 6th through 6th grade division was Shiloh Mudrich. Great job to all our runners. They have another meet this Saturday in Pensacola.
The flag football team's next games will be held at Hankins and Causey on Tuesday, September 9th. Come out and support our Lady Bulldogs.
The football team has a home game against Grand Bay tonight. Come out and support our Bulldogs.
The volleyball team's next game is Monday, September 8th, against Denton at Denton.
That's all we have in the news for today. Students, make sure to wear the proper uniform daily and clip your badge to your shirt at all times.
Remember our motto, seeking excellence in everything we do.
Have a thriving Thursday, students, faculty, and staff.